Okay, the last question for the day, we have question number 5, given this diagram. Okay, so you have this diagram and we actually have points C that is given. A, B and D lies on the line y equals to x plus 4. So this B, coordinates of B, the values here you can substitute into y equals to x plus 4. Any coordinates of D as well you can substitute into x plus 4, and A you can substitute into this y equals to x plus 4 because they all lie on the same line. But you cannot substitute C into y equals to x plus 4 because C is on a different line. So A, B and D is on this line y equals to x plus 4, so you can substitute all these coordinates inside. So later on in the working, we will be substituting A, B and D on this line y equals to x plus 4. So let's move on to the question. To find the coordinates of D, you can substitute these coordinates of D into the x plus 4 to get the actual coordinates. The x coordinates of D is already given, is -1. So this D here will have -1 comma something. So this something I'm putting it as k, and then I'll substitute -1 comma k into the line y equals to x plus 4. Okay, so here is the solution here. I am let D be -1 comma k. So I have these coordinates and I will substitute into y equals to x plus 4. So x is -1, so this will be replaced by -1, and k, because it's unknown, I have no idea where is k at the moment. Okay, but I know that it is of the form -1 comma k, where I get this -1 from here. I will find it later for the value of k. So k is the y coordinate, so y equals to k. When I substitute this, y will be replaced by k. -1 is replacing x, so I'll get -1, and then plus 4 will remain as plus 4. So eventually k is equals to 3. So final answer will be D will be -1 comma 3. So this will be the first part of the answer to the question. Okay, next question, we need to find the equation of the line CD. So look at the value here. Here we can actually find CD because we have just found about the value of D here. Okay, the coordinates of D, and the D was -1 comma 3. So with C and D here, we have 2 points. We can definitely find the equation of CD by finding the gradient and then finding the C, and then you will get the answer. So this is quite a standard step to find the equation of CD. C is 0,2, D is -1,3. So we can find the gradient using C and D. So 3 minus 2 over -1 minus 0 here. So the value of m is -1, so I'm replacing m by -1. So y equals to -x plus c. So I'll be using one of the coordinates. So I'm using 0 and 2, 0,2 here, the coordinates of c, to find the value of this small c. So x equals to 0, y equals to 2. I'll put it into the equation. So y has been replaced by 2, x replaced by 0, and I'll get a value of c, which is 2. So final answer, y equals to -1x plus 2. So y equals to -1x can be replaced by, or can be simplified to -x. So y equals to -x plus 2. So that will be the answer for 5B. Okay, for the next question here, which is the triangle BCD. Here you have to study some of the coordinates that was already given, okay, because BCD would refer to this part, okay, this triangle. So I have drawn it here to study the triangle, and all these coordinates, the D and the C we already know, but we have no idea yet what is the coordinates of B. So this B here, you will notice that it is on the y-axis. So points on the y-axis have a x coordinate of 0. Okay, so it will be 0 comma something. So eventually I get it 4 by substituting 0 comma m. Okay, so m will be the unknown, 0 comma m into this y equals to x plus 4. So first things first, since m lies on the line or on the x-axis, the x part is 0. Okay, so 0 here, x part is 0, the y portion is m. So this part here on the y coordinates will be m. So I'm letting b be 0 comma m. Okay, on the y-axis x is 0, so x coordinate will be 0. Then I put m here because I need to find out later. So since m lies on the line, okay, as the start of this video, we know that we can substitute this point 0 comma m into the line. So we'll substitute x equals to 0, y equals to m into this y equals to x plus 4. So m here will be equals to 0 plus 4. Okay, so I'm substituting x to be 0 and then y as m. So m equals to 0 plus 4. M equals to 0 plus 4, which is 4. So m here now becomes a value of 4. So the b will be 0 comma 4. So once we know that b is 0 comma 4, we can update this in the diagram. 0 comma 4. Okay, so this value here has a value of 2 on the y-axis because the y coordinates is 2. On the b part here, this has a value of 4. Okay, because it's 0 comma 4. So between 2 and 4, okay, the distance is 2. I just get it by using 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2 is just 2. And then this is the base, okay, of the triangle. And then after this is the perpendicular height. So to get the perpendicular height, you can see from 0 to negative 1, the height is 1. So half times 2 times 1, half times base times height. Okay, so if we do it this way, it will be half times base times height. Okay, primary school formula, right? Half times base and height. So final answer, area of triangle BCD is half times base times height. Half times 2 times 1 equals to 1 unit square. Okay, next, last part of the question, find the area of the quadrilateral AO, C and D. So we look here, this is A, and then you have O here, we have C, and then we have D. So the quadrilateral will be here. Okay, so this looks, we need to find this portion here, the area. So I've redrawn the diagram, it's here. Okay, so later I'll explain how are we going to find this AO CD here. the area. So all these coordinates, the C, D and B, we have already calculated, but we have not calculated A, okay, the coordinates of A. So A is on the x-axis. So on the x-axis, the y coordinates is 0. So it will be like 2, 0 or 7, 0. Everything is on the x-axis. So x-axis, the y is 0. So because I have no idea yet what is the value, I am going to replace this with n, 0. Okay, something, 0. So you can choose other letters if you want, but I've already used K. I've used M just now, so I'm just using N. You can use T, you can use S, V, whichever letter that you want. So I'm letting A be n, 0. And then again, since A is on the line y equals to x plus 4, so n, 0 can be substituted into y equals to x plus 4. So x equals to n, y equals to 0, put it inside, I will get y0, so replace y by 0, xn, so x becomes n, so 0 equals to n plus 4. 0 equals to n plus 4, and the value of n is -4, so this A and 0 becomes -4, 0. So now that we have A as -4, 0, obviously this value here will be -4. Okay, so from here we can now find the area that we have described just now. So if we look at this dotted line, it is separating the value or the area of this quadrilateral into two parts. Okay, this is a triangle and this is a trapezium. So you have a triangle and a trapezium. So how do you find the area of triangle? We will use the base. So the base here, this value, the base, do you know what's the value of this base? From -4 to -1. Okay, so you look at -1, -2 it will be 1 unit, -3 will be 2 units, -4 will be 3 units. So one more time, -1 move to -2, so that's 1 unit. -2 move to -3, that's another 1, so that's 2 units now. -3 move to -4, that's 3 units. So this distance is 3. And the height of this triangle is from 0 move up to 3. So this one is obviously 3. So the area of the triangle will be half times 3 times 3. Okay, so I'm going to put it down here to remind ourselves first. Half times 3 times 3. So this will be the area of triangle. Okay, this is the triangle. And then we have the trapezium. So the trapezium will look like this. So how do we get the trapezium? Okay, just to recap, trapezium first. How do you find the area of trapezium? Okay, last time when you learned this, you have the parallel sides. So it was B, A and B, and then you have the height. So it's a distance here. So half A plus B times height. Okay, so this is the area of trapezium. A and B are the sides of the parallel sides, the length of the parallel sides of the trapezium, and H here will be the distance between these two, A and B. H stuck in the middle there. So half A plus B times height. So from here, if you were to compare, right, the A is already there, is 3. This A here is 3. We don't have the B. So B, if you look at it here, B is having a value of 2. Okay, from 0 to 2 is 2. So the height, which is the h, in the middle here, from 0 to -1 is definitely going to be 1. Okay, so by looking at the formula, half a plus b times height, so I will have half uh, 3 plus 2 times the height is 1. So by adding the area of triangle and the area of trapezium, I will get the area of the quadrilateral, which is what the question wants. So the answer will be half times 3 times 3 plus half times 3 plus 2 times 1. So this is the final answer. Half times 3 plus half times 3 plus 2 times 1, which is equal to 7 units.